If anyone's up there, come down with your hands up now!
I think there's blood on this wall.
Officers were dispatched to an abandoned residence in connection with a missing persons investigation.
Yeah, this looks like dried blood.
Police just uncovered bloodstains tied to the disappearance of a missing girl. In November 2018, in Akron, Ohio, a quiet panic turned into a desperate call for help. A mother contacted police after her daughter disappeared without warning. More than 24 hours had gone by since anyone had last seen 18-year-old Samantha Guthrie. As fear set in, officers rushed to the home to take a statement from her mother, Joni, marking the beginning of a case that would only grow darker.
Okay, 4.
My daughter.
Okay. How old's your daughter?
She's 18.
Okay, so what makes her missing?
We can't find her. We got a call yesterday saying she was shot in the head, thrown in the trunk of a car, and they took off. The police were called yesterday. They went over to the house that it supposedly happened at. They checked. They said they didn't see anything.
Right. Okay. And where was this supposed to be at?
On Lillian.
Lillian. Where's Lillian at? I've never heard of it.
The officer couldn't have known that this stretch of Lillian Street would soon consume him. It would become the center of an investigation that dragged on for hours and ultimately exposed one of the city's most chilling crimes in recent memory. At that point, there was only speculation. Samantha may have been killed or possibly abducted. No one had definitive answers. What little investigators had to go on came from a single eerie phone call made by a caller whose identity was completely unknown.
Lillian.
Why would she be over there?
Because she's started getting into bad stuff.
Okay.
She turned 18. She left.
When was that?
Okay.
So that's the house right there?
I don't know what the house looks like.
Okay.
I didn't go there.
The house Joni mentioned wasn't just empty. It was already marked for closure, scheduled to be sealed off within days. Sitting in one of the city's most troubled neighborhoods, it had been left to rot for months. According to Joni, Samantha's life had been unraveling long before she vanished. The moment she turned 18, she walked away from home and into the wrong circle. She was repeatedly spotted drifting through abandoned properties, places known for drug use and criminal activity. Over time, she pulled further away from the people who cared about her. By the time officers arrived at the Lillian Street location, the building stood completely vacant, and they moved quickly to have it secured.
All right, today is Tuesday, and we're here with, what's your first name?
John Marshall.
All right, so we're here to talk about something that happened over on Lillian Street back in November 4th.
Mm-hmm.
All right, why don't you tell me about what happened that night?
Investigators released Samantha's description to the public. By the next morning, an anxious man reached out to police, claiming he had information that could change everything, either pointing to a chance she was still alive or leading them to where her life had already ended.
Sam had been trying to get a ride over to the house for a few hours. I didn't feel like driving anymore to go pick her up, so I didn't pick her up that night. And a few hours later, she showed up from an Uber, I'm guessing, that her dad had.
All right, now when you say the house, what's the address?
75 Lillian.
Okay.
I'm guessing, from what I've been told, her dad paid for an Uber for her to get over there.
Okay.
But I was walking to the Circle K on Copley and Rhodes to get cigarettes and a soda when I seen her and Yoshi walking to the house on Lillian. And about half hour after I got back to the house, and half hour, 45 minutes or so, Danny showed up and knocked on the back door. I answered the door.
Now, how do you know Danny?
Just in passing.
Do you know him from the house?
Yeah.
And you know what his last name is?
Amby.
Okay, was he by himself?
No, he was with Tony.
Okay.
Is what I was told her name was. And that One black guy that I have never seen before.
Okay. Do you know what he looks like?
Yeah. I think, what's his name? Marcus? Something with an M, I want to say. Or,
What's he look like?
William.
Okay, William. All right, what's he look like?
Tall, about 6'2", 6'3", 225, medium build,
Okay.
dark skin.
So they came up to the back door.
Yeah.
All right, and they knocked on the door?
Yeah.
And who let him in?
I did.
Okay, so you let him in, and then what happens?
They went upstairs and talked to Jody. Upstairs in Jody's room was Jody, Kim, Kate, Sam, then Danny and Tony, and William stayed downstairs.
The information Marshall provides is a game changer. In a single moment, he rattles off 6 names, people who could be witnesses, suspects, or both, and it's clear he knows them firsthand. If even part of what he's saying is true, the investigation shifts instantly from having nothing to chase to being overwhelmed with possibilities. All detectives need now is proof, something solid that explains what truly happened to Samantha. That's when one question is asked, and the answer opens a door no one was prepared for.
All right, so Sam and all them were upstairs.
Yes.
So what happens next?
I didn't hear any yelling or anything, but music was playing.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam came downstairs looking kind of distraught, and she looked at me. I'm like, then go out the back door. Go out the back door. If you know, she kind of looked like she was panicking, so I'm like, leave.
Right.
But she went to the basement, and 2 or 3 minutes later, I heard a little bit of a commotion, and then Sam came upstairs first, and she had like a little bit of a bloody nose.
Okay.
Or a busted lip, I couldn't tell. And she went back upstairs to Jody's room. Danny and Tony followed.
Like followed her or chased her?
No, followed. They just kind of, followed. And 5, maybe 10 minutes later, Sam came running down the stairs. Danny was right behind her, and by the time she got to the 4th or 5th stair down from the living room floor, he shot her in the back of the head.
There was no ambiguity left in his account. Samantha collapsed, and chaos erupted inside the house. 2 men, Yoshi and William, took control of the scene, barking orders at Marshall and the others before helping move Samantha's body to a waiting vehicle outside. With every word, the detective's understanding of the case sharpened. The pieces were finally locking into place. Still, one critical question remained unanswered, and it refused to fade.
Okay, is Sam alive?
It sounded she was making noises, but in my past experiences, it sounded more like death gargles, your body's shutting down.
Okay.
Honestly.
So she's still kind of breathing at this point.
Yeah, but she got shot in the back of the head by 8 to 10 inches away with a Smith & Wesson MP40.
Okay.
Based on what investigators were hearing, Samantha may have initially survived the gunshot, but only barely. Without immediate medical help, her chances were slim, and it didn't appear that the people responsible ever intended for her to live. At the very least, police now had a potential weapon tied to the attack, a Smith & Wesson MP40. At this moment, Samantha's fate hangs by a thread. If officers uncover even a single shell casing or trace of blood, it would lend terrifying credibility to Marshall's account and likely confirm the worst. The steps where Samantha was allegedly shot are right in front of them, but there's no time to examine them yet. The house is considered extremely dangerous. With countless hiding spots and no way of knowing who might still be inside, officers remain on edge. The priority is clear. Secure every room before slowing down. All 3 officers move in tightly, weapons drawn, clearing the structure inch by inch, fully aware that someone could still be waiting in the shadows.
I can't get it. Shots fired inside of the house.
Clear.
Akron, please.
Black Camaro leaving the parking lot.
By the looks of it, Dad came here.
The house appears empty, but trashed. Marshall had given them 2 critical details: where the shot was fired and the fact that the scene had been cleaned. That meant the evidence would be hard to spot, but not gone. Then they see it. A faint mark on the wall beneath a crack. Not graffiti, blood. Samantha's blood. From there, everything unravels. Missed blood spatter. Shell casings consistent with the weapon. Marshall had been telling the truth. With that, the case explodes open. Suspects are identified, witnesses named, and police don't wait long. Soon after, they're called to another house, where a terrified girl claims she was chased with a gun. Her name is Kimberly, one of the people Marshall mentioned. Officers pull her aside, desperate to hear what pushed her to this point. Kimberly struggles to recall exactly what happened. It's all a blur, but that only deepens police concern. Just days after Samantha's suspected killing, a key witness is allegedly chased by armed individuals.
Back door. What's going on? You want to step outside and talk? Who's they? Huh? Do you need EMS for anything? Thank you. So keeps like looking all around. Who's they? What do they look like?
This guy named Human.
Black guy, white guy.
He's black, like short.
What was he wearing?
Black pants and a black like, short sleeve hoodie thing that like had a hood, like it's drawstring right here, but it wasn't like a hoodie.
Just one black guy?
You know, they were just with a bunch of white guys. And I think
A black and white guy?
there was a black guy, like 3 white guys. And then, like a mix. I think I was his friend.
So you're from the Falls. You were visiting a friend here in Akron. And where's that friend at now? And where do you know where they live?
I have no idea where they are. I have no idea.
I'm gonna run her names.
What's the friend's name? What's her last name?
Harris.
Jody Harris. And do you know what street she lives on?
That's a guy.
What's that?
It's a guy.
Okay. What street does he live on?
He's on Leah.
What is it? Lillian?
That's when the realization hits. This may not have been random. Investigators believe Kimberly was targeted because she knew too much. Suddenly, the stakes skyrocket. If the people responsible aren't caught quickly, this case could spiral far beyond a single death. From that moment on, the investigation becomes urgent. Every local officer and detective is put on alert, chasing any lead that might bring them closer to the suspects. Then the call came, the kind officers had been waiting for. A man reported that Danny and Tony had threatened him with a gun inside a house and were now outside in the parking lot, openly boasting about killing someone just days earlier. Police moved fast. If the tip was real, this could be their moment to finally confront the men tied to Samantha's disappearance.
Hands up, please. Hands up, please. What is that? Okay. Put all that stuff down. Put it down.
Why? Why are you doing this?
Put it down.
Why?
Hands on top of your head.
Why are you doing this?
Stay right there. Turn around. Turn around. Nope. Stay right there. I'm telling you for now, okay? I'll explain to you what's going on in a second. Do you have any sharp on you?
No.
Any weapons or anything? Don't reach for nothing. Do you have any weapons on you? Have a seat. Stand up for me. What are you doing with your foot, man?
I got
Blisters?
blisters and fucking, it's called jumper rock. There's another one right here.
Where at? Don't reach.
The what do they call it? Fifth pocket. Fifth pocket right here.
Okay.
There's a knife right there.
I'll take care of it.
I just want to make sure I got a bag of needles in my pocket.
A bag of needles, you said?
Yes, sir.
I haven't been upstairs to talk to whoever lives here yet. Okay. When I pulled up, he was in the driver's seat. She was digging in the trunk. As soon as she saw me, looked like she did something, and she closed it real fast. I just did a quick pat down to make sure they have any guns on him. But if you guys could try to get a hold of him, figure out what the hell is going on here.
You don't have anything on you that's going to poke me, prick me, anything like that, right? No weapons we need to be aware of? If you do, tell me now.
I actually have my gun. I only have it because...
Where is it at? Is it loaded?
It's not loaded. I only have it because I'm loaded.
Is it right here on the side?
Yes.
I don't want to set it off.
It's not
I know,
I never used it before. My mom made sure I took it with me to the Akron. I'm the one.
She got a gun in her wall. I haven't found his yet.
Where's her? You got a gun?
I had 2 knives on me laying there.
2 knives. What's your name?
Danny Campbell.
Is it okay if I check your pockets here real quick? Yeah, we're not trying to give anyone a hard time. We got a call that people with guns and warrants and things like that.
Warrants? You have to look at there a little bit of...
Fentanyl?
No, hell no, Lord, no.
What is it?
Meth.
Meth? Just come around here. There you go, good.
Danny isn't new to this. He knows the playbook, and his first move is delay. He says nothing, invokes his right to an attorney, and shuts the conversation down. With nowhere else to go, detectives turn their attention to Tony, hoping she'll be the one who cracks. Everyone takes a seat.
I'm Lieutenant Witness, Detective Ross.
Hello.
Hi.
But I didn't know anything about CCW. I never had a weapon before in my life. My mom gave it to me because I was still working here at Lake Night. So.
We're going to read your Miranda rights, okay?
They already did that.
Okay, good. Okay, you understand them and everything? Okay. There's a girl that's missing. And we have strong reason to believe he's involved in her disappearance.
He couldn't do that.
So.
He couldn't do that.
Why couldn't he do it?
Because he's not that type of person.
Okay. But like I said, we have a lot of information pointing to his involvement in this girl's disappearance. So what I want from you to know if you've ever seen this girl before, and think hard before you answer, because we want to know if you've seen her. Okay, and you've never seen her before, that's true.
Investigators change tactics with Tony, approaching her as a witness rather than a suspect. They don't expect a full confession, but there's hope she might point the finger at Danny if it meant saving herself. That hope fades quickly. With her own history of run-ins with the law, Tony isn't eager to trust police, and she's not giving anything up without a fight.
I'm going to be straight with you. He's looking at some serious problems. And from what you're telling me, if you were with him that whole time the past 3 days, which she went disappeared in the last 3 days. So if you were with him the whole time, you know what my next leap is.
Well, that's ridiculous because he was with me. We were in Warren.
Think real hard, because this is very important to what happens with you in the future. Okay?
No, I get that. I'm not that stupid.
Okay, hang on. Hear me out. So this is not a misdemeanor crime we're investigating. We don't do that, okay? When we get involved, something bad has happened. We know some other stuff went on this weekend, specifically yesterday, Saturday night, at a house in Akron. Let me tell you about the house where it happened at. We've talked to people that's been at the house. They were all at this house where this girl disappeared from. In fact, something bad happened to her at the house. You know why we know that? Because the guys, we've already talked to him all day. We spent all day talking to him. And he gave us detailed accounts of what happened at that house. You have to think hard about how you want to handle this, because if you're going to sit here and vouch for him, that can get you caught. That can get you in trouble. You have kids?
Yes,
you
I have 2 kids.
2 boys?
Yes.
Okay. What would you do if one of those boys went missing?
Everything I could to find them.
Okay, would you expect people to help us to find them, to locate them?
Yeah.
So, this girl's family has been out looking for her all day. Okay, but unfortunately, we already know what happened to her. So from here on out, anything that based on what you're telling us, I mean, we're giving you this chance to talk to us now. Anything that in relation to her, what happened to this girl, is going to be attached to you too, okay? Because we're giving you a chance. But if you want to cover for him, that's fine. I don't care. It don't matter. It don't matter to me.
That's just.
We're going to move on
I'm
with the
sorry
investigation.
that this happened to that girl. I don't.
We have reason to believe you were there.
That I was there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't kick it in Akron like that.
We're not saying that it was a every weekend thing. But we're saying that we have reason to believe, based on what we've been doing all day, you were there.
No, sorry, I've never seen that girl in my life.
And we have people that have told us you were there.
You know, actually, in addition to the people that we talked to, said that this all started because you and this girl got into some kind of altercation.
I don't know this girl. I've never seen this girl.
Okay, like I said, once we move forward in this investigation, from what you're telling us, since you're with him, you're going to be attached to whatever we do with him. You understand that, right?
Well, yeah, I'm his girlfriend.
Okay, just so we got that clear.
I've never seen that girl.
Who's that?
I don't know who that is either.
You hardly even looked at him.
I looked at him. I don't know who that is.
Well, I got to know him, so did Detective Ross. We got to know him a lot today. We spent the entire day with him.
Well, what's his name?
And, well, that's not important. You don't know him, so what difference does it make?
In truth, Tony knows the man in the photo all too well. The same person who helped place Samantha into a car that night. His street name is Yoshi. His real name, Dylan. By sheer coincidence, Dylan had just been arrested on unrelated warrants, and investigators could hardly believe the timing. One of the case's most important figures, possibly even involved, had been handed to them without a chase. What surprised detectives most was who Dylan turned out to be. He wasn't the hardened criminal they expected. His interview was raw, emotional, and unlike anything they'd encountered. And it would become the turning point that ultimately sent 3 people to prison for Samantha's murder.
Help us. This is serious. Did something bad happen to her? I don't know. She's a young girl, man.
No.
What happened to her?
I don't know. I just met her a couple of days ago.
Help us. Help us. You see something bad?
Within minutes of the interview starting, something unusual becomes obvious. Dylan isn't acting like a seasoned criminal. He's unraveling. His eyes well up, he turns away, and the tension on his face is unmistakable. This isn't defiance, it's fear. He looks overwhelmed, shaken, and far too young to be sitting in that room at just 19. The detective notices immediately and leans in, trying to understand what's driving such a powerful reaction. They circle harmless questions at first, with Dylan dodging most of them, but the pressure never lets up. As the minutes pass, the strain keeps rising, until it's clear he's close to breaking. That's the moment the detective chooses to press.
What did you see?
I told you what I saw.
No, I mean, there's more that you saw. We need your help. She deserved to be killed like this. Help us. What if this was your family member, your sister? Hey, there comes a time where in your life where you have to make a right decision, do the right thing. We need your help.
She's actually dead.
Okay.
Is she?
That's what I'm talking to you about. Did you see something that happened to her? If we talk about it, you're going to feel like the weight of the world is off your shoulders. There's only one thing that makes a person get this emotional. That's if they saw something bad.
I remember a couple of days ago when we were talking, we were having a good time, and I don't know why.
Don't know why what?
Why I feel so close to her.
So you guys said, well, you were close to the same age, right? You felt a connection with her? Because you maybe had the same problems growing up and stuff like that?
Probably.
What did you guys talk about? Just life and stuff like that?
Yeah. But listen to music as well.
What did you guys listen to? You guys like?
She played music. I don't really prefer music. I just like the white noise.
It's tough, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we're here.
I think fine up to this point. Not talking about it, not thinking about it. I mean, I was thinking about it, but
What were you thinking about?
just that this person that could have been a potentially good friend, or maybe, I don't know, is not going to be that person.
No, hers doesn't. Maybe you can help her. She may not be here, but that doesn't mean you can't help her.
Help her what?
Help us find out what happened to her.
I was on my way out. Sam came back and I guess his girl or someone came in with her. They were yelling at each other, arguing. Going towards the direction of downstairs. She turned around, came back, either slapped her or put something on her cheek or something. I don't know. And she went downstairs. While she was on the stairs, turning that corner to go down the rest of the stairs, he followed her and held the gun up, shot. I don't know where he hit her. He only grazed her. She fell on the ground at the bottom of the stairs. I had to carry her out to the trunk.
Did he make you do that? Did he make you carry her out to the trunk?
I wasn't not going to.
You still have the gun out at that time?
No. But I mean, that's not what had me do it. I mean, there's a body in the living room and blood everywhere now. So we got it on the French yard of the living room. Or I got on the French yard of the living room. Tore up the carpet. Cleaned up the wooded floor underneath.
Where's the carpet at?
Gone.
On where?
Burned.
How'd you get all the furniture out of there?
I moved it.
What did you do once it was outside?
It wasn't outside, it's all in the kitchen.
Still in there?
Probably.
Dylan insists that's where his role stopped, leaving him unable to answer the one question that mattered most. Where was Samantha's body? For that answer, investigators are forced to look elsewhere. Dylan points them to the last remaining suspect they'd been watching from the start, William, the man he says left with Danny in the car to dispose of Samantha's body.
Our concern is obviously mostly for the family. I think you're probably feeling that way too a little bit. Whatever this girl's relationship with her mom and dad, she has a mom and dad, and they want to be able to bury the kid. We know she's dead. I know you're probably wiped out. I mean, we're wiped out, dude. We've been at this since 9 o'clock this morning, so we're wiped out too. We ain't eating. I know you probably haven't eaten either, but and I understand you're having some issues as far as where you guys actually were at. So we want you to try at least think about where are you guys with the body in the back of the car.
I remember backing out and going up the hill. And unfortunately, just the way that I was laying down in the back.
You were actually physically laid down, or you
were
just kind of relaxing?
No, I was like this. They
were all the way out.
They wanted me to lay low. I was crunched up. I was down. I thought they wanted me to lay down in the back and they wanted me to see where we're going. And I really thought that was it for me, really.
Was there a lot of? Was it a real rural area?
It was getting more rural at that point. I remember just a lot of, before we got to the place with the fenced off area where he pulled in, where he wanted to just take her body to, I just remember a lot of taller trees. I remember seeing a lot of orange, a lot of the fall colors, it's really popping out. It was just really, really bright because there was so many trees. So I knew we were getting more work. Then I popped up to get out of the car. Like I said, it was just like a 2-lane road, not really marked, just a 2-lane road. I didn't see any cars coming and going.
The description wasn't detailed, but it proved to be enough. A few days later, an officer recognized an area just outside Akron that matched what they had been given. A patrol unit was sent out, and There it was. Samantha's body, left out in the open, never buried. She was identified almost immediately by the butterfly tattoo on her arm, something her mother had mentioned early on. The search had finally ended, giving her family the closure they'd been waiting for. Detectives determined Danny was the killer, with Tony playing a major role. William, despite cooperating, was sentenced to 10 years for abuse of a corpse and evidence tampering. Dylan, just 19, received probation. Tony was given 16 years, while Danny was sentenced to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after 24 years. Subscribe for more critical footage.